And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back to the second last series of the broadcast. It's been a longer one, but we got best of fives. It's been a longer, intense broadcast so far, as we have two series left. Up next, we do have a PvP between Art and LetaleX. Oh boy, we do have our Protoss versus Protoss. I mean, we were able to avoid this matchup for quite some time, which is impressive when it comes to an online tournaments. But we're here. We're here. We can only avoid it for so long as we're jumping into our PvP. Game one is going to be on Ruby Rock. Let's go. Let us go. Let us jump in. As spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Ruby Rock, we have the red Protoss player representing Quasar. It is Art. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the Italian Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing the Platinum Heroes. It is LetaleX. Let's go. Let us go. We are jumping into our first series. If you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we feature the other Protoss. Remember, earlier today we were covering the Polish Protoss. Now we have the full caps Art as well. True. Full caps back. So we're to see a weekly schedule with an empty day. Yes. There are things that happened this week, or happening this week, IRL, so we do have a bit of a leaner broadcast schedule for sure. Most likely we'll go into it a little bit later in the week, like maybe after the cast on Friday, I think. Yeah, after the OSC Eilte's Rising Star cast, we'll probably go into it a little bit. But otherwise, 2-gate opener here by Art. Does open 2-gate. Likewise, 2-gate opener at LetaleX as well. So far, so good. Standard openers out of our two players as we build up and get ready here for... our PvP. First things first, eyes are on LetaleX. Probe does move out across the map and is just scouting. Okay, never mind. We're coming in for the scouts. Likewise, so is Art. When it comes to our PvPs, we're looking for the second pylon placement. We're looking for the initial two units of choice. We're looking to see double Adept, double Stalker, or Stalker Sentry. Each pairing does lead us down a different direction, lead us down a different route. Likewise, we can always go for faster expansions or earlier tech as well. Stargate or Twilight Council or Robo or straight Nexus. So far, no proxies. Both pylons are in each other's main bases. Both players will confirm the placement of the pylons as well. They do confirm. Likewise, coming into this, Art is coming in as the heavier favorite. Art has been looking very impressive this year in 2026. When it comes to Art's performances against other top players, I'm thinking about his performances in the Awardee TV Team League and other online events. It's been impressive to see Art with some big names and some big pickoffs. At the same time, LetaleX has been improving over the past year. LetaleX, I would say for a long time, he was kind of on the lower end of the pack amongst European Protoss players, but over the past, I want to say 12 months of time, we've seen LetaleX improve and kind of reach greater heights and start to close that gap. Still, in the process of doing so, but he has been getting better in recent times, which has been impressive. So cool to see the growth here of LetaleX over the past year. For now, though, we are going to be calming things down. It is going to be a Stalker Sentry out of Art. Likewise, double Sentry at LetaleX. So LetaleX is just going for a bit of a safer start into more mid-game play. I will say that this is a little more common amongst the European Protoss players. For example, the kind of game state that we currently have right now is we attempt to force field and we lock down one of the Stalkers. Very nice. Yeah, Stalker is... we try to lock it down, but it does walk away. Yeah, it does walk away. The setup that we have here... I'm talking about the expands, the follow-up tech, the sentry-based openers from both players as well, is very rare amongst players like Zaun, amongst Hero, Classic. A lot of the Korean Protoss players, they're very aggressive, they're very in-your-face, unapologetically so. They're just hyper-aggressive, and we rarely get a game like this. This is a lot more common amongst the European Protoss players, just calming things down, building up in towards the mid-game. We can still be aggressive from here. We can see a gateway explosion, a 3rd and 4th gateway into 4-gate blink. But right now we're leaning more towards tech and expanding. Robo at LetaleX. Art, what does he go for? Faster expand. So Art is being slightly greedier than his opponent, going for the faster 3rd. Robo is safer. If, for example, if Art was going into the Dark Templar, into a Dark Shrine, then Observers are going to be available here. Detection, vision, scouting, just a safer approach out of LetaleX. Hallucination scouts continue. Art confirms that the base is delayed. Oh, also my apologies. If I didn't already, do we have Gamba? I think we already did. Okay. We already had it. Here we go. From here, we're going to be, again, just saturating and building up our third bases. Again, we had a slight differential where we have Art being greedier than his opponents, and LetaleX having a later expand, a faster Robo, earlier Observers, more detection, just safer start. And now we're just calming down, getting into the mid-game. From here, we can then start to take up a little bit further or start to be active and aggressive. We can go into earlier charge and go for like a charge-heavy timing. We can start to take up into charge and then Archons and build up in towards the mid to late game. We can see based on the War Prism that Art is going to be the aggressor. We also see no Forge. No Forge, no charge, no upgrades. Art is going for an all-in. He's going for an all-in. Yes, he has a third base, but this is all just a 3-base all-in out of Art. Hallucination confirms lack of anything. Lack of upgrade, lack of Forge. We need batteries to defend back at home and immortal production more than anything. But I see 0 immortals. I see upgrades, charge, +1, 1 battery here at the third base. It's going to be a difficult defense here for LetaleX. We'll see if he can hold on. Because here come the Warpins. Here comes Art. From here again, he does have quite a Stalker lead. Force fields the army. So much wasted DPS here from LetaleX as well, being zoned away. And Art is looking comfortable. Yeah, he's looking comfortable here. Takes down the battery again. It was only 1 battery, no defensive immortals. And with that, Art is snowballing out of control. Boys are being pulled. Desperation out of LetaleX. Desperation, pappy. And he's going to lose every single worker here. All the probes go down. They do tank at least, but there's still a massive Stalker lead for Art. 21 to 14. Ay. Up by 7 Stalkers. Now we have Zealous just a tank. And there's no defending against this. We cannot defend. And again, LetaleX, he scouted with the hallucination. He scouted, but it looks like he didn't quite register what he had seen. Again, the extra gateways, the lack of gases at the third base, as it's just now being taken. Lack of Forge, lack of upgrades. So LetaleX caught with his pants down. Now moves in with the Immortal, but it's too late. GG gets called, and Art takes game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. And with that, we are getting into game number 2. Once again, LetaleX, he was just thinking a little bit too far ahead. He was being a little more economic focused and getting ready for a longer mid to late game. But again, Art went for a big 3-base all-in. Big 3-base all-in. LetaleX did scout with the hallucinations, but again, it looks like he didn't quite recognize what he had seen. And with that, GG. GG, the game did end. With that, we're going to be loading into game number 2. Going to be loading into the Old Republic. Let's go. Let us go. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the Old Republic, we have the red Protoss player representing Quasar, leading the series 1-0. It is Art. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player, the Italian Protoss representing the Platinum Heroes. It is LetaleX. Let's go. Let us go. As we are getting ready. We are settling in. Once again, I will say that as we load into the Old Republic, this is a larger map of the map pool. There are more places to try to proxy and hide a pylon. Speaking of, based on the camera movement, it looks like LetaleX does plan on hiding a pylon on the inside of the map. If that's the case, no, never mind. The probe was, it looks like it was just setting up camera location or keys. So with that, we're just getting into a standard game. Nothing crazy, nothing wild so far. LetaleX just scouting the main expansion of his opponent, being a bit of a nuisance. Likewise, Art doing the same, moving out to scout as well. So 2-gate opener versus 2-gate opener. No shenanigans. Second pylons are going to be thrown down in their own respective bases. Here we go. Yes, from here we do have LetaleX does go for the pylon block. Block will expand, will delay. Again, we're just building up into our expansions. Nothing crazy, nothing wild. Behind this, we'll keep an eye out for any earlier attack like a Stargate or a Twilight Council or a Robo. As I mentioned, there is a chance here to try to be a little bit cheekier with your tech, but otherwise, yeah, we're just expanding, calming down, building up. Once again, a very tame opener here out of our two players, which, to be honest, is kind of what we expect for the entire series. Even if this goes to the ace match, like we do have an earlier council here by LetaleX by a couple of seconds. Because of this, there is going to be a very small window in time where we can have earlier blink. There's a world where we might even go for an earlier Dark Shrine, but there's no setup for a proxy pylon to hide the building, and it's very difficult to keep anything hidden in your own bases, just because of these non-stop hallucination scouts. And it does confirm the earlier Twilight Council. Upon doing so, Art should be a lot more careful with his own Blink Stalkers. It means that Art should not push out early on, otherwise he will get caught out. I mean, he's pushing now, but I'm referring to that Blink timing. So now moving out. We have the extra sentry here for Art, so we can try to cash out a unit. He can try to catch a Stalker, pre-Blink. So Art does set up. Sets up at the third. We'll delay the expand. Art claiming his own, so faster third base for Art. Probe. And needs to be careful. Yeah, he has got to be careful here. Locks down two of the Stalkers, gets one. Yeah, one Stalker gets picked up, and now he gets away with everything. Artie pulls out, pulls away. Blink is not yet factoring in. So a nice movement out of Art. Oh, say that, we'll lose a sentry in the process. It gets a better shot off, making use of the tall grass as well, catching out a second Stalker. Blink is almost done. Now he has to get the hell out of here. Pulls away. Does pull back home in time. Shield battery is still not yet done. Does have the defender's advantage. He's going to get sliced up though. Both players do. Yeah, both players do. Art a little more proactive, catching out one of the Stalkers. Forcing out the Blinks. Blink is now done. Yeah, Blink does finish. He can just chase everything down. And there we go. 1, 2, 3 Stalkers falling. And better trades here for Art. Does give chase. And he will look down to every Stalker. Ay, ay, ay. LetaleX may have had an earlier Blink timing, but he had a smaller army as he was having worse trades. And with that, he gets caught. He gets caught out completely. Every unit does full. And now we can just push across the map and head towards the third. Stalkers, they move out. Back at home, Art has a I was going to say should have better saturation, but 6 probes did just go down. Oh my god. That's my apologies. I'm assuming Adepts. Yeah, Adepts did shade in. 6 probe kills, very nice damage, making up for the otherwise worker deficit that LetaleX should have. So very nice damage. Oh, a little bit short-lived. But we're trading Stalkers for probes here. 5 probes go down for 1 Stalker so far. 2 Stalker kills. This does allow Art, though, to take that worker lead. And you said I see 2 base all-in. I say 2 base all-in, sorry. I should say 3 base all-in. Glaive Adepts are on the way, so it's going to be a massive mortal into +1 into Glaives. A very committed play here by LetaleX. Very committed. And how does Art approach? Art is going for an earlier push. So there's a very strong timing here with a higher immortal count and with Glaives that's going to be available for LetaleX. Looks like Art is going to be looking to try to strike before these upgrades kick in. No. There's so far 1 immortal at the natural, now going to be 2. So 2 immortals here at the 3rd location. In between the bases. Art looking for a way in. Oh, nice force fields, looking down some of the sentries. And he does get all 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 sentries going to get picked up. Prism pulls away, the immortals are on their own. And we can start to focus them down. He has warpins, they continue. Artie still has a large army. He goes over, he dives in, he gets 1. And he's going for 2. He's going for the 2nd immortal as well, and he will get it. Oh, barely not. And boys are being pulled. LetaleX is barely holding on. The immortal still falls. But LetaleX does survive. Yeah, it does survive. A messy defense though, losing 2 immortals. Art likewise still maintains the greater economy. 4th base now being thrown down. LetaleX, he has to counterattack, he has to deny the 4th. And we'll see if he can. Oh. Artie blinks in. And blinks in, trades with the army, Prism does survive. That's way too soon. Oh. Denies the warp in. It barely does deny. Artie's holding on, more Adepts have arrived, they should have Glaives, they do. We have Glaives, we have +1. LetaleX does have the greater army. Oof. Alright, trying to fight with the battery. Tries to. Catching out one of the Adepts. And not barely holding on. Thankfully, there's no War Prism, right? Without the War Prism, reinforcements are late. If it wasn't for that, LetaleX would have broken this position here already. Alright, just trying to buy time. 2nd battery is now done. Alright, he's able to pick away at the Adepts. Takes out 1, 2, 3 Adepts go down. But Art, he needs more Stalkers, he needs more Warpins. It's still getting very close. As the Adepts they keep arriving. War Prism's on the way. LetaleX is close. He's close, Pappy. Art is finishing up charge, and that will help tank. He does help tank some of those shots. We'll clean up all the... Oh my god, more Zealots warp in. Cleans up all the Adepts. Oh my god, he gets all 3 of them. Yeah, 3, 4, 5 Adepts going down. Dives on the Prism, and with that, Art, he overwhelms. He overwhelms the army. Just very patient play here by Art. Waiting for his moments. Adepts they shade into the bases. Probe's going to be going down. But LetaleX will lose everything. He'll lose that main army. 12, 13, 14 probes going down. These are some heavy losses here for Art, losing so many workers. But what about the army? What about the supply? That's too bad. Yeah, as Art, he rotates over towards the 4th expansion. LetaleX once again going for another counterattack. And again, he has a lot of potential to deal economic damage at least. But will lose this expansion. And there's no saving that Nexus. Behind this, there are no Immortals. There's 1 Immortal on the way. Adaptation into the mineral line. Art's trading with the Zealots. He'll lose 1, 2, 3 Stalkers. Yeah, some heavy losses there for Art. Trading gas for minerals. So these have been some efficient trades here from LetaleX, but did lose the base. Did lose the Nexus. And that may be all that matters. So again, he does get the concave, better setup here. We do see that he was able to get the upgrade as well to be able to catch up with his opponents, and these adepts don't scale well. They don't scale well. They're going to be going down one after the other. Immortal's exposed. Shields are triggered. Come on, the Zealous just collapse on the Immortal. They collapse in. He wants a prism. He wants it. Oh my god. And once again, LetaleX just cannot sustain these losses. He'll lose everything. He still has no 4th expansion, so he has no economy. And Art has done it. At this point, he has done it. Catching out the final Immortal. Immortal goes down, links forward. Messy trade here, pushing up the ramp. And once again, the one thing holding him back is no Warp Prism. There's no Warp Prism, there's no way to reinforce across the map, so Art has to calm down, back off. Fully saturated his 4th base, thinking about a 5th. There we go, 5th base now on the way. Art getting further ahead. Further ahead back. Our predictions for subscribers? No, they're open to all. They were posted at the beginning of the series. Gotta lock in the chat, pappy. Gotta lock in. Yeah, from here the deficit is just a little bit too great. It's too great, pappy. It's too great. As now we have Archons, now we have a superior composition, a little bit more complex as well. Collapsing on the Immortals, GG gets called, and Art, he will take a 2-0 lead in the series. GG. Whew, GG, well played. Honestly, a really impressive defense, winding it back. I will say that I thought that Art was dead when he was trying to defend his 4th base. If you recall, I'm referring to the moment when we had the Immortal moving out, the War Prisms all with reinforcements. We were pushing towards that low ground expand. There was like 2 batteries on the low ground, and Art, he was down in supply. He was down in army supply. He was down in upgrades as well. Like, things were looking rough, but he was able to kind of make use of his buildings. He was able to tank shots and buy time, able to take some better engagements and slowly be patient and wait for more warpins, more reinforcements. Sniped the warpism, of course, as well at the beginning, and was able to barely hold on. GG, well played. An impressive defense there from Art to survive the aggression, and that leads us into the ace match. We're going to be loading into game 3, going to be loading into Tourmaline. Let's go. Into potentially the final game of the series, as spawning in the bottom hand corner of Tourmaline, we have the red Protoss player, the red Protoss himself, representing Quasar, leading the series 2-0. 2-0, and 1 game away from claiming the series. It is Art. And spawning in the right hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Italian Protoss player, the Italian Protoss, the blue Protoss, representing the Platinum Heroes. It is LetaleX. Here we go. We are getting into game number 3 here. Again, the pressure is on. Once again, I will say that LetaleX, he did actually have a really strong kind of peak in that last game. He had a really strong moment where he was up in upgrades, up in supply. He had a greater start. Also, I say greater start, sorry. He had like a big window of opportunity to make use of, but unfortunately that window did eventually close, right? He was taking a little bit too long to collapse on top of the army, to make use of his forces, and to trade, and to get on top of the 3rd base. He settled for pushing into the 4th, and in the end, Art bought enough time for more warpins, more reinforcements, did not trade, and did persevere. Crazy. GG. GG, well played, as we're getting into game 3, and do we actually spice things up early on? So far, 2 gate opener from both players once again. Probes are moving out, but looking to only scout. No proxies this series, Pappy. Not yet. It's European PvP. True. Smurge. So now we're just scouting across the map looking for pylons, and both players should scout both of their pylons. Should be able to scout. That's when we're going to be expanding. LetaleX does get a slightly faster expand here thanks to the pylon block, so he's able to get his own nexus up and running. Once again, when it came to the initial openers, Stalker Sentry versus Stalker Sentry, so very, very tame start here from both players. We're going to be applying a little bit of pressure, having some kind of presence on the map, but for the most part, scouting. Right? It's all about scouting, all about those hallucinations. That is what is mainly available here. And Twilight counts a follow-up out of our 2 players as well. So far, so good. Art's one advantage here is the, I want to say, higher Stalker count. Yep, does have a slightly higher Stalker count. And he can maybe try to leverage that as he has more DPS. Oh. Can he pick up some of the sentries or even the battery? Pokes in. Does that really got any shit? He commits. Yeah, he gets 1. He gets 1, 2, up to 3 sentries. Does he get all 3? He does. Yeah, massive pickups here. 3 sentries go down. The battery will defend against anything further. But despite that, nice damage. 3 sentries and 3 probes as well. Very strong start for Art. Oof. Again, that was the advantage of going for a very fast 2nd and 3rd Stalker. What was the advantage? Likewise, hallucination getting into the main base, confirming that only blink is on the way. Back at home, we do see Art is taking up a little bit further, going into blink and also a safety robo before expanding. So Art playing it safe. So is LetaleX, just a little bit later. A little bit later. No, Adepts shade into the main base. That should not have happened. Getting 1, 2, up to 3 probe kills again. 2 Adepts, 1-shot probes. A 1-shot back. Oh, 4 probe kills in total. Shades into the natural. Gets 5, 6? No. Yeah, 5 probes. 5 probes go down. Very nice damage here by Art. Again, that should not have happened. LetaleX did slip up, was unable to wall off in time. So let's break forward. Sandy gets punished for the blink. Alright, we'll give chase. And with that, we calm down. We just calm things down. Both players claim their third bases. Art, his is oh, I assumed it was going to be faster, but no. But we're getting our third bases up and running. LetaleX does have a slight edge in that regard because the earlier depth damage, though, is down in workers. It is still down in workers. Still has to make up for that deficit. And we'll see how he does. Oh, we have those two adepts. Let's go. LetaleX ready for his own backstab. At the same time, Art, he does move out through the center. Ooh, did get the earlier prism. He's going for a massive gateway explosion, actually. Just like game one. Just like game one. So Art is going for a big 3-base all-in. Meanwhile, LetaleX, he's going for the Forge for upgrades. Adepts head into the main. Art is in position. The probes will still go down. And remember, Art is committing. Tries to look down some of those stalkers. Has to calm down. Again, he needs those reinforcements. Now pulling back. But I don't see any signs of... no. Gets a gas. Does get a gas geyser. Glaives are going to be on the way. So it looks like we have some layers here. Originally, I thought it was just going to be a straight up 3-base all-in with Max Being Stalker. With the gas being taken, we're going to Glaives. It's still an all-in. It's still hyper-aggressive. There's still no Forge, no +1. No greater setup for upgrades. Still very committed play here by Arts, but in a different way. Here's some pokes into the main. Art, for now, he's respecting the immortal count, recognizing that he cannot break this position. Adepts, they do drop into the main. And probes are going to go down. Nice figure with the pylon and the stalker. Art just picking away at LetaleX. No target firing in the main. And Art is getting a little bit too overzealous here. We're going to calm down. There we go. He's going to calm down, shades into the natural, gets more probe kills. 6 probes going down. Yeah, 6 probes to the dubs. They do keep shading into the main, or they just keep warping in. They just keep warping in, and the Lexi just cannot keep up with this. Losing far too much. Art, he does catch the immortals. He gets 1. Yeah, 1 immortal goes down. Massive pickoff, down to 3. 3 immortals left. The dubs stay shading to the natural. More probes going down. Lexi's distracted. He's distracted, Bappy. Oof. 13 workers go down in total. Are now claiming a 4th, getting further ahead. I will say that the main army still has a little potential here for LetaleX just because of the higher immortal counts, but it's becoming less and less important as LetaleX, sorry, as Art just surpasses that supply. As we have more adepts warping in, joining the main army. They built a tank. Both players, they pass by each other, okay? Pass by each other. The warpins, they continue. Art is the first to engage. LetaleX, he's still yet to really go in. The immortals, they get locked down. He gets 2. Wow, he gets 2 immortals. Massive force fields. Locks down the army, catching out 2 more immortals. Adepts shade in, getting 2 more mineral lines, and with that, Art has done it. Art, he has done it. He has broken LetaleX. LetaleX does go for his own counter damage, dropping into the natural, sorry, into the 3rd, but there are defensive warpins. There are defensive warpins. Art, he has to be careful to be flanked. Pulls away. Pulls away, diving on the final immortal. We'll clean it up. And with that, Art, again, he's just snowballing out of control, busting into the mineral lines. 19 probe kills, more warpins into the main as well. Ay, ay, ay. He's all over him, Bappy. It's all over him. GG gets called, and Art, he will claim the series 3-0. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations, Art. He will claim the series. Again, LetaleX, he was able to hold his own, and even in the previous game did have a little bit greater standing, but here, Just some early losses here for LetaleX, losing a bunch of workers, and time again, whether it was Adept shading into the bases or dropping into the bases, we saw so much economic damage being dealt. So even though LetaleX had the better upgrades, even though he had Immortals and +1, the army never really built up, and he never could think about a fourth base as he was losing so many workers throughout the course of that game. GG. GG, well played. A very impressive harassment there by Art to just pick away at LetaleX, pick away at the seams, and eventually snowball out of control. GG. GG, well played, congratulations. And with that, we have our final series of the broadcast. It's going to be another best of 5. We're jumping into a ZVP. Cham versus Jumi. Oh my god, these